Hey y'all, hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Good morning, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Whew, I was having a hectic morning. All right, I was panicking. I was in there fixing my coffee, and I knew when I turned the coffee maker on and it started to grind my beans, the sound funny, and I was like, that don't sound like it's grinding my beans, but I said, nah, it could be my imagination, baby. I did it again, right? Oh no, back up. I went to pour my coffee after the coffee maker finished and it was all water. And so I panicked. I said, oh my God, how can my coffee machine not be grinding my beans? I had to take the whole shit apart. Listen, I spilled water all over the place. My beans was all over the place. Everything was a mess this morning. But guess what, y'all? I read the instructions, figured out why my coffee machine was not grinding. Good morning, Ansel. Good morning, Hillbilly. And I just had to do some maintenance on it. You know, these fancy coffee machines, you got to take them apart. You got to brush the piece with grind the beans. I was panicking. I was about to say, wait a minute. I'm calling 1-800 Breville because what the fuck? But I got me some coffee, y'all. I just had to clean the grinder piece. Cheers. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Oh, it's some strong coffee. I should have known since AG got it for me. That's some strong ass coffee. Happy Tuesday, y'all. How is the weather? It's cloudy. It's rain. Like it looked like it want to rain, but it's not. And it's hot. But I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. Can you guys believe that we are almost out of July? I'm looking for a video. 1 second, guys. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, wait, here it is. Let me see. Is this one?
Will reflect you and she will multiply whatever you put upon her. So if you
Was it that one? 1 second, guys.
Strong, smart, spiritual women, people who are stronger than me in certain areas because iron sharpens iron. I need to be around somebody that's not easily offended. I need to be around somebody that knows how to be like, no, check that. I love you enough to check you. Friends that check you. Take that down. Yeah. Take that off Instagram. What you mean? Yeah. But take that off. You look crazy. You look nuts.
Okay. So, all right. I wanted to find something and I found it. Good morning. Hey, DJ Dub. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Happy July 23rd. Listen, I would have been on here half an hour ago had I not been fighting with my coffee machine, but I'm back to being happy, y'all. Good morning. I love to see the love. I love seeing y'all say hello to each other. It's like a little family, isn't it? It's like a little family. Come on in the room. I'm going to get started with reading a positive thought of the day because I think it's important for us to wake up and appreciate the new day. I normally when I get on TikTok, I know people are like, oh, she's live again on TikTok. But normally when I get on TikTok, one of the first things I say is we have to appreciate the fact that we opened our eyes this morning. No matter what's going on in the world, no matter what our trials and tribulations are, we have to be grateful that we woke up and we are part of a new day, right? And I know sometimes that's hard because there's a lot of stuff going on. So sometimes it's hard to remember to be appreciative that we are here to conquer another day. I used to let my trials and tribulations, thank you, DJ. I used to think I used to allow my trials and tribulations to take me to dark places, right? And I've learned to accept that trials and tribulations are always going to come. That's a part of life. Like, I know that a lot of us want to be in this happy state all the time and we want things to go right all the time. But a part of life is shifting, going, having your ups and downs like a roller coaster ride. And I have come to learn to appreciate the fact that I am here in the midst of it all. And so hopefully that message resonates with you. And no matter what you're going through, know that you are here another day to get through it. All right. That's it. And that's all. So y'all, I have this new, I'm trying this Mary Ruth's multivitamin, right? Thank you, Ansel. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? I know I'm getting older. I'm already up. Yeah. Well, I'm not up there. What the fuck is up there? I used to think this was up there when I was younger, but fuck that. And so I've never been one to take vitamins, like pills. I hate pills. The only pill I could dedicate myself to is my high blood pressure pill because I'm still trying to stay alive. Multivitamins is not something I could dedicate myself to, but I know that I'm getting older and sometimes you need to replenish yourself with some vitamins. And so I'm trying this Mary Ruth's. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning. I'm trying this Mary Ruth's multivitamin liquid product, right, from Mary Ruth. And I took, I've been taking it over the last 2 days. Today is going to be my third day. I forgot to take it before I went live, but it don't taste bad. And it, we're going to see what it does for the skin and the hair, right? We're going to see what it does. And so I'm proud of me for trying to do something healthy for me, even though, to some people that's a small thing. Good men create good times. Good times create bad men. Bad men create bad times. It's a vicious cycle. Say it again. It is a vicious cycle. One that we are living amongst, right? And that's why I say, don't allow your trials and tribulations to bury you, right? Don't. And I know it's easier said than done. Believe you me, I have peeked through the dirt of being buried in my trials and tribulations, but I had to learn to try not to let them stress me, right? It triggers your anxieties. You can't sleep at night. All kinds of shit starts happening when you start worrying. And so we got to stay faithful that, something better is coming. And we got to continue working towards that better, right? And so that's why we're here to talk about how can we do better and how can we make each other accountable. If I have enough time, I want to play a video that was sent to me, and I'm going to try to play it here. I'll be trying to get fancy with my screen lately. Oh, hell to the hell to the hell. 1 second, man. 1 second, because y'all always do this to me. Y'all, oh, there it is. Okay, wait. Y'all always do this to me. Y'all always do this to me. My speaker wasn't working yesterday, but let's see what happens. Hey! Happy birthday, Johnny! Hey! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy Talking about I came right here today. You sound like Prince from Purple Rain. What did Prince say? I came here today to introduce myself to you. Okay? You came here today to let me know that it was your birthday, and I love it. And I love it. All right, so we're going to get into good morning, Cena. We're going to get into the positive reader today. But we were talking about having your trials and tribulations, and a couple of people had some input. And also the other thing I wanted to say was holding yourself accountable as well as the people you love in your life accountable, right? One of the things that I'm learning is that people don't like to be told the truth. Not all the time. They say they want the truth, but when you tell somebody something that's specifically about them, that may not be as pretty as they would like it to be, some people get, they get offended, right? And they're not listening to the words, right? And so we're going to talk about that too. July 23rd. July 23rd talks about pausing. Sometimes in life, you got so many goals and aspirations and dreams, and then you have your job, and then you have your kids and everything else, and life is just going. And sometimes you say to yourself, damn, I feel like I'm going. And you think you need to keep going, right? To accomplish whatever goals you are trying to accomplish. Today, we're talking about the importance of pause, the importance of pausing yourself, all right? Don't feel bad when you got to sit the fuck down. Let's see what this says, okay? July 23rd, we are still in the month of understanding, all right? And we're talking about pause when it comes to your life. I will gain more understanding when I realize to be on pause is a good thing. Everything has to stop at some time in order to keep going. When driving, you must pause at stoplights and stop signs. On a train, there may be stops before you reach your destination. An airplane stops at the head of the runway before it ascends into the sky. Knowing this, why do we believe that we can move from experience to experience without stopping? Why do we think we can move from experience to experience without stopping? Refueling or resting. Most of us will not leave one job until we have another. As soon as one romance is over, we begin our prowl to find another. Let me read these two sentences again. Good morning, so blessed. Most of us will not leave one job unless we find another. We go from work. As soon as one romance is over, we begin our prowl to find another, jumping from one relationship to another without pause in between. We go from work to home to work some more. I work, right? Even a quiet, relaxing evening could mean reading, talking, playing with the dog. Some of us feel guilty about doing things that do not earn an income or meet some responsibility of our lives. Baby, they're talking to me. Sometimes when I'm sitting on the couch just relaxing, I think to myself, no, Roy, you're supposed to be doing something. This ain't right. I do get that wave of guilt, right? We believe that doing nothing is not a good thing. Good morning, Cheryl. When in fact, it is the best thing we could do for ourselves. So let's take a pause here, right? How many of you, now I'm one, I will not leave a job until I have another job unless I got laid off, right? I don't jump from one relationship to another. That I do not do, right? But there are a population of people that jump from one relationship to another. And when people try to tell them that's not good, you need your alone time, some people don't understand that. And that's why we're talking about taking a pause in your life, right? So that you can understand the in-between. Good morning, Pat, right? Jumping from one relationship to another, jumping from one job to another, leaving your job, coming home to work your side jobs, All right. Reading, petting the dog, all of that is work, right? Sitting on the couch, scratching your ass, doing completely nothing, sipping a glass of wine is that quiet time, or something else you drink, water, right? How many of you take a pause in your your life, right? Or how many of you feel like you got to go from one experience to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next to achieve your goals? Let's see what else it says. To stop, to rest, or to pause means to do nothing. It means no thinking, no moving, no decisions. When you press the pause button on audio or video machine, everything stops. No picture, no sound, no movement. The images and sounds of life must come to a halt if you want to have a clear picture about what to do next. How could you have clarity when you're jumping from one situation to another? There's no space for clarity, right? This is how a lot of us make mistakes. But let's see what this says. The images and sounds of life must come to a halt if you want to have a clear picture about what to do next. What a blessing it is to push the pause button, to have the ability to stop and gather strength, or to wait until things have passed before turning a corner and moving forward. A pause in life's journey does not mean that nothing is happening. In reality, it is a divine opportunity to be present and catch up with all that is going on. Taking a pause, right? Opens you up to see other things, what's happening around you, helps you make decisions with clarity. Until today, you may have been afraid to stop moving or doing in life. Just for today, pause. Push the pause button. Be still, shut down. Stop your movement just long enough to check up on yourself. Unless you pause, you may not know if you are fast forwarding or going in reverse. How about that? Today, I'm devoted to putting my movement and my life on pause. Good morning, Mother. How many of you take a pause in your life? How many? How many of you sit quietly? I'm still learning how to do that. I do not have that down to a science. I feel very guilty when I'm sitting down doing nothing, and then at night I'm exhausted. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying I'm so fucking exhausted. But that's because I'm not taking pauses, right? Even when I'm sitting on the couch, I'm thinking about what I need to do tomorrow, what's happening at work. I'm thinking or I'm planning something. And then when I stop thinking and I stop planning, I fall asleep. And I wake up the next day and I go, I didn't get to spend any me time. I do it to myself all the time. And I'm like, I want to be like those people that I see sometimes in movies and shit. They just be chilling in the bed, watching TV, relaxing. No, me. By the time I get in the bed and say, I'm going to take a downtime, I pass out. And then I get up and I start the shit all over again. Get up in the morning, start my coffee machine, get on the bike, do my yoga, do my TikTok. Everything is work. See, that's one of the reasons why I said to you guys that, and I said this to did I say it to my mother? I know I said it to Nakia, right? I said sometimes I take time off of coffee with friends. I do. And sometimes my schedule fluctuates on coffee with friends because the one thing I don't want coffee with friends to become for me is work. Even though it is work, but it's fun work for me, right? I don't come on here. I don't monetize from this, right? This is fun work, right? Keeping people engaged, trying to figure out how can we be better, do better, right? I'm not making any money off of it. And so I didn't want it to become work for me. And so when it started to feel like work because everything was repetitive, I said to myself, you know what, Raw? Take the time that you need, right? If, you know, the platform is here, right? People join. They're going to join you. And I had to let go of the fact that I needed to do Coffee with Friends every single day on schedule, even when it started to feel heavy for me. And so I stopped. And so that's why you see my schedule fluctuate. Sometimes I don't pop on in the morning because that is me trying to take a pause. I'm trying to learn how to take pauses in my life so that I don't have this overwhelming feeling of responsibility, if that makes sense, right? Because I'll be tired, mentally tired, not sleepy, right? And so we got to know when to take a pause in our life. That's a good message, right? It really is a good message because I know for sure I've had my head bit off a couple of times when I asked friends, why the fuck do you go from one relationship to another? They look at me side eye. They be like, oh, to get over one man is to get up underneath another. Take a pause. Unpack that previous shit before you get into some new shit. That's a message. But baby, the other topic I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to try to play the video, right? I'm going to try. Let me see if I can get it to work. But how many of you hold your friends accountable? How many of you are in a circle where you feel like you can hold your friends accountable? And how many of you get offended when your friends hold you accountable? Let me see if I can play this let me see. Now I gotta find it again. Shit. Cause did I close it? Don't worry, I'm gonna find it. Let me see. 1 second, y'all. I'm coming. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back here. Okay, so let's listen to this video. Shirley, you heard the video because this was dropped in the inbox among us, right? But I want everybody to hear. Let me see. Oh, baby, I have to put it here. 1 second. 1 second. What? Okay, never mind. All right, I got it. So let's see. All right, I'm going to play this video, okay? Wait.
Are spiritual women, people who are stronger than me in certain areas, because iron sharpens iron. I need to be around somebody that's not easily offended. I need to be around somebody that knows how to be like, no, check that. I love you enough to check you. Friends that check you. Take that down. Yeah. Take that off Instagram. What you mean? Take that off. You look crazy. You look nuts. You don't have a female that has friends in her life to keep her accountable. You don't need to mess with her. I am a woman that likes to be around powerful, strong, smart, spiritual women. People who are stronger than me in certain areas because iron sharpens iron. I need to be around somebody that's not easily offended. I need to be around somebody that knows how to be like, no, check that. I love you enough to check you. Friends that check you. Take that down. Yeah. Take that off Instagram. What you mean? Yeah. Take that off. You look crazy. You look nuts. You don't have a female that has friends in her life to keep her accountable. You don't need to mess with her. I am a woman that likes to be around powerful, strong, smart, spiritual women. People who are.
Were y'all able to hear that? Were you guys able to hear that? Let me know. Did anybody hear the video? Oh, you did. Okay. And so this was a video that was dropped and shared in a chat between a few of us. And I listened to this video over and over and over again, right? And then I reflected on my circle and I said, I have a good circle of friends because these motherfuckers will check me. And I don't get offended. Sometimes my feelings will get hurt, but what I've learned to do is take what they said and do a self-assessment on myself. How many of you find yourself walking on pins and needles around your friends because you cannot be honest with them? Exactly, Hillbilly, right? She said, sharp, sharpen sharp. Isn't that what she said? If you're in a room with a bunch of dull folks, what happens? What happens when you can't be honest with your friends and you can't hold them accountable? I have gotten screamed at, cussed out by a couple of people, even on Coffee with Friends, but I still love them. Right? We get past that. You can cuss me out, but if I love you, I love you. I'm gonna be like, okay, you cussed me out. But I have been honest with people. That's the only way I know I can be. And I have found that when I check people or I tell them, something about themselves that I see, a lot of people will try to excuse away the behavior that they have, or they'll try to deflect and say, no, it's just how you see it. Are you comfortable checking your friends? And then if you have friends in your circle that you cannot check because they get offended, why do you stay in that circle? How is that circle going to benefit you if you cannot be honest with your friends? I fuck with my friends hard. Yes, Hillbilly. That's what I'm talking about. Baby. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Okay? A friend is a person that listens to your bullshit, tells you it's bullshit, and then listens some more. How many of you got these type of friends? Now, I've mentioned this before. I fell out of a couple of friendships being honest. I did, right? And their response was, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. So, okay, I might have said it a bit rough, right? But the person never told me it was because of my delivery at that moment. I had to ask after I realized they were moving funny and acting funny. And I was like, what's up with you? And they were like, well, I really can't share my business with you anymore because I didn't like the way you delivered your message to me. Oh, girl. I was like, what? You could have told me that when I delivered the message to you, right? To me, that was not a true, authentic friendship. Because if it was, we would have been able to talk that out and get past it. But the person immediately threw up walls And that was it, and that was all. I mean, we still communicate here, there, and in between, but I could tell that they closed off to me because I was honest about something I saw in their behavior. And I said to myself at that point, I said, you know what? I don't want them kind of friends, because I have a handful of friends in my life that can tell me anything about myself. Even if I get mad, I'm still going to love them motherfuckers. Okay? Y'all already know, I told y'all a million times, I got a chicken charm on my bracelet. Okay? My other girlfriend cursed me out over many things that I've done that was stupid. But we're still friends. Right? If you cannot hold your friends accountable, you cannot check your friends when they doing something wrong. When you see your friends posting shit on social media and it looks stupid, are you comfortable enough to say, let me let my homegirl or my guy know, that ain't it. That's not it. Right? Who are you surrounded around in your life? That's the question. And can you hold these people accountable for their actions, or do they get offended and cause excuses? You know, I was telling my mother, oh, I'm going to get in trouble. I was telling my mother yesterday about something that happened at my house some years ago, right? I'm not going to mention any names, right? But I mean, certain things I feel like as an adult, we should have manners, right? And I find that, you know, even at our big old age, people still say, oh, but I wasn't raised that way. Fuck out of here. At 57, if I open my mouth and say I behave like this raggedy because this is how I was raised, I should be fucking ashamed of myself. Because at some point, you can no longer blame your mother and father. You can't blame how you were raised. You have to take responsibility with your old funky adult ass and learn certain shit. Right? Now, I said, I love it, Pat, bringing the debate. I said I had company, right? And we were watching a movie, and then the company decided that they wanted to call their husband. And so they put their husband on speaker right there in the living room area and was having a whole fucking conversation. I was like, hold up. I let them get away the first time, and then the second time when they were like, I'm gonna call my kids, they were on speaker with the kids. I was like, hold up. Why would you call people on speakerphone in the middle of the living room when you see that a movie is on and I'm watching, right? And they apologized or whatever for it. But when I was talking to my mother yesterday, she was like, well, maybe that's how she was raised. I was like, I be goddamn. I didn't even finish getting raised. I left the house. I had my own apartment at 16. Everything that I learned, I had to learn as I navigated through my fucking life. And the one thing I learned is manners. Right? Pat said this is a debatable topic. Sometimes we just need a sounding board just to listen without feedback. That's true. But Pat, I don't know if you were on here when you heard the video, right? This is not about someone coming to you, just talking to you, right? This is about seeing your friend posting inappropriate shit on Facebook, seeing your friend navigating through raggedy ass relationships, seeing your friend live her life in a raggedy way, right? And you watching it. And you know that what she's doing is not right, but you do not check her. You do not say, listen, that shit you putting on Facebook is whack. That shit you doing out here in the street is whack. I'm not talking about somebody that comes to you with a problem that just needs a listening ear. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being able to check your friends. Like when my friend was having a whole affair and taking her man to the house where her and her husband sleep. I was like, bitch. I'm not You're not getting me involved in that, because you're not going to have your husband come looking for me. No, I'm not. Listen, I don't care what you do with your pussy. I don't. But the one thing I am not condoning is taking side pieces to the house where you and your significant other live. I don't play those games. Check your friends. Right? Because if you sit there and you watch it, right, and some shit happens, and then you say to her after the fact, well, you shouldn't have did that. The fuck? Oh, shoot. Hillbilly, same thing. But it's the same, to me, it was the same thing because we were watching the movie and she stopped watching the movie to make this phone call. So I was like, how do you stop watching the movie? Which interrupts me because we were watching it together, right? And then you made a phone call and now I had to pause the movie so that you can make a phone call, but you didn't think that that was inconveniencing me at the time. It's one thing if her husband called her or her kids called her because they might have had something important to tell her. But out of nowhere, she was like, oh, let me call my husband. And then she sat on the floor right there on speaker, just having this long, jolly conversation. And I was like, hold up. I had to put the movie on pause. I'm sitting here. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But that's a great point. I wouldn't recognize a movie as being important, but interrupting my time with you is the problem. That was the issue. For me, it wasn't even interrupting the time. I'm gonna tell you, I have a pet peeve about people putting their phones on speakerphone and having big conversations when I'm sitting there because one, I'm not a part of the conversation. That's number one, right? And so if I'm not a part of the conversation, why would you do something like that? You know, how many of you check your friends? What'd you say? You said, oh my God, Roy, walking in. Walking in where? Good morning, Damaris. Good morning. Debbie, you missed it this morning. I was having a panic attack this morning because my coffee machine wasn't grinding my beans, and I took apart the whole shit. I pulled out the manual and I was like, oh my God, troubleshoot. My beans are not grinding. I had to clean the bean thing. Right, Debbie? Oh my God. Oh, you said raw. Walking in my house while I'm watching TV in peace with that phone on speaker drives me insane. You know what? I walked in with the speaker. I will be a part of the conversation because it's public. Just say, hillbilly. You said you'll be a part of the conversation. So what you gonna do? Just start answering questions? Oh, not me. Yes. Okay. Debbie, it drives me nuts too. It's a pet peeve of mine. Like even when I'm going to work and the people on the bus have their shit on speaker, they listening to the music. I'm hearing their conversations, and I just want to say, oh my God, can y'all all just shut the fuck up? Why must folks talk on speakerphone? Right. One person I asked because they had their phone on speaker, and I was like, fuck. They were like, they left their headsets. No, that wasn't it. She said she don't like to use headsets. And I was like, you don't like to use headsets? So you get on a bus with your shit on speaker? And I don't cuss me out, y'all. Cause I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna come for me with knives. I got a meeting at 10. Y'all gonna come for me with knives. But I just want to say this. Okay? I hate when your phone is on speakerphone and it's in another language. That really sends me. I mean, it's enough that it's on speaker, but now it's another language. And because I don't understand what they're saying, it sounds like a bunch of white noise, right? And it makes me crazy. It does. Cheryl Lee said, Roy, I had a similar situation and was friends with both. Had to check them because there was innocent children I loved involved. Yep. Now, Cheryl Lee, when you check them, how did they take that? You know, because people think that because you're friends, you should agree with their nonsense. That's not true friendship. That's why when I meet people and they raggedy, I be like, who your friends? Who the fuck are your friends? Because you can't just be raggedy like this and have friends. Because what the fuck are they saying to you? And if your friends are not saying anything to me, you got the wrong friends. I do ask people, where are your friends? And I ask other people, if I don't know the person, I'll be like, do they have friends? The fuck? Oh, you know what I could do, Cena, is turn Google Translator on while they're having a conversation and just start answering the questions in English. Or answering based on what I see in English and bug them the fuck out. The hell? Because I'm like, it's utterly ridiculous. Right? So I just wanted to play that video because I think it's important to have a circle of people in your life that you know that they will pull you to the carpet if they see you doing something crazy, and you know you could pull them to the carpet if you see them doing something crazy. Okay? We should be able to hold each other accountable. Pat said, years ago during my younger days, if someone was walking alone and talking, we thought they were crazy. Okay, but they didn't have speakerphones back then, so they probably were crazy. They probably were. Oh my God. We're going to put that on a November ballot to ban speakerphone. Right, DJ? But you know they hard-headed. It ain't going to matter because the bus clearly has a sign that says zero phone. They don't even want you on the fucking phone, right? But the bus driver, I guess these days people getting poked and shit and beat the fuck up. So the bus driver don't be saying nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Can't the bus driver hear the Spanish music going on, somebody watching TV and all kind of shit going on the bus, and the bus driver is just driving, doo, 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 and the sign up there say, no speakerphone. And then there's me, who thinks about saying something, and then I'll be like, listen, I'm not trying to get beat up on the bus. Because I take the Newark bus, and baby, I'm not fucking with them people. So I put my own headphones on and try to block them shits out. I'm just saying. Cheryl said they were scared as shit initially, made excuses as to why, and then decided they had to be a better person. Although that was after I was told to mind and some more bullshit. Well, baby, I already told y'all the story when I went and I told my girlfriend to stop messing with the guy that I introduced her to because he got back with his fiance. And she cussed me out and told me that I should mind my business and I shouldn't be telling other people's business. But meanwhile, me and her were friends and I thought I was looking the fuck out for her. Right? But what I realized was she wanted to continue to fucking suck this man no matter what his situation was, right? So that was the real deal. That was the real deal, but she told me to mind my business, right? And so I vowed that, okay, I see you now. I know you. I vowed that I would never put her in her place again, but that also meant she ain't my friend. You're just an associate because my friend, I would feel comfortable enough to say some shit. But since you put that wall up, I bow out of being friends. We could just be associates because I'm going to mind my fucking business. Okay. But if you my friend and you doing something raggedy, know that I'm going to be like, just like I expect you to be to me. Exactly, mother. The driver would get beat up. So these bus drivers don't want to say shit. You said I use my speakerphone a lot to keep my hands free. It's okay to use your speakerphone, Hellbilly, but we're talking about using your speakerphone in public around other people. Like other people are listening to their music or reading their book. Why would you want to be in public on speakerphone around other people? Now, if you're off to the side on your speakerphone and you're not, encroaching on anybody's space, that's one thing. But to be next to people who are not a part of your conversation, why would you have your shit on speakerphone? And Shirley, that part. People just don't have respect for other people's personal space. And that is that, and that is all. I agree with that shit. Val said, but if I'm walking through Target, I'll keep the speaker on, but I'll turn it down. Okay, well, you turned it down. See, I wear my headsets because I just do. Good morning, Brandilla. Right, Hillbilly. Hillbilly, you said not in public. Well, that's okay. You're not encroaching on anybody's space if you do it behind your doors or on your property or when you're by yourself. That's okay, right? But you are fucking funny. You said if they do, you're gonna talk too. So you know what, Hillbilly, you're gonna get me beat up because when people on the speakerphone and they be talking, I'm gonna be like, ha ha, yeah, that was funny. They're gonna be like, well, what's wrong with you? Well, shit, you had your shit on speakerphone, so I thought the conversation was for all of us. See, that'll be me in my mouth, and then I'm gonna get into a fight. The fuck? DJ said, facts, Sandy. They can't wait here in St. Louis to have a reason for violence. Ooh, you see? I don't take my phone in the store. Okay. See, I take my phone everywhere. I don't even go downstairs and check my mail without my phone because when I first moved into the building, they said, one of my neighbors said, always take your phone. Because if the elevator gets stuck and you press the fire department button in the elevator, they could take 2-3 hours to get here. But if you call 911, they'll come here right away. So I said, oh shit. So I carry my phone everywhere I go. Deb said, yeah, we are losing a sense of respecting others' space and boundaries by the minute these days. Just no decorum these days at all. None. Absolutely fucking none. Right. Now, Valerie, I do walk around the store on the phone, but I have my headset on. Like I'll be on FaceTime even, right? And I'll have my headset on so nobody can hear what I'm saying. I mean, they can hear me talking, right? But they can't hear the other person talking because my headset is in my ear, but I do shop and be on the phone. So I could see that, right? I could see that. We have one elevator and it already at the hospital. Wait a minute. You have one elevator and it's already at the hospital. Oh my God. It's broken. Oh my goodness. Listen, one night I came home and I thought my elevators were broken and I wanted to cry because I was tired and I was tipsy and I live on the top floor and I was like, fuck, I don't want to walk 8 flights of stairs. Even though eight flights is not that much, but still, when you're tired and you're tipsy, you just don't want to do it. And so I pray over these elevators all the time. Believe me. But guys, I got to cut the show because I got a 10 o'clock meeting and Bebe, my boss, is back from vacation. He goes to India next week and I got to prepare slides for India for him, which he sprung on me last minute. And so hopefully, I can get past this in one piece. All right. But with that, y'all, the message for today was take a pause in your life. If you are that person that works one job to the next job, to the next job, to the next job, because you need the money, right? Or because you want a specific lifestyle, that's fine. But remember to take a pause in your life, right? If you are that person to go from one relationship to another relationship, take a pause in between. Unpack that shit from that last relationship. Determine, what went wrong. what changes you might need to make before you enter, and what it is you're truly looking for before you enter into another relationship. Take a pause, right? Take a pause in your life. It says it is okay to do nothing. To do absolutely nothing. I have a meeting at 10. Yes. You see, I picked up my work laptop, okay? Because I got to get ready for this meeting. Yes, have a beautiful day. But just keep that in mind. Take a pause. This message was really for me because, baby, I be doing one thing to another. My mind just don't rest. It never pauses. And I'm working on it, y'all. I really, really am. And by the end of the day, I'm so exhausted just from thinking. I'm still practicing, all right? But move with peace and love. And I'm going to send y'all out with some good vibes because, you know, even when you feel low,
even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Raw to D-Bone. Come back tomorrow, y'all. I'm not sure if I'm going in the office. I may not. Move with peace and love and get this message. Hustle hard. I've been making moves.
Still I'm buried in my grave. Do the system, I don't wanna be a slave.
I've been doing shit my way.
On the highway and in the driveway, it's a nice range. Cause I'm down through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, no, I don't. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go another.
Yes, baby, AirPods. Your mind's got the
ingredients.
hey with the negativity.
But I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no, man, I still go. Peace, y'all. I'm out. Hey.
Go.